Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. Deontay Wilder, and this is according to CBS Sports and Michael Benson, has recently declared that he believes he won't fight Anthony Joshua this year and that the undisputed title bout will instead happen in 2020. Now, what this says to me is Deontay Wilder is simply pricing himself out of the fight. He's turning down over $100 million, life-changing money. Deontay Wilder is stalling out this fight and not wanting this Anthony Joshua fight. And now he's stalling out the fight for money based on what we see. That's what we can see, that he's stalling it out for money. He doesn't want to fight Anthony Joshua. We understand that the whole narrative that all these biased channels and biased media come out and say that, Anthony Joshua is avoiding Deontay Wilder is all lies, all BS, because we know at the end of the day, Deontay Wilder is the one stalling out this fight. Anthony Joshua has made countless offers, and the fact that Deontay Wilder stated the fight won't happen until 2020 only benefits Anthony Joshua. This is the problem with Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's trying to grow his brand, but I even believe that if, he's trying to grow his brand to get more money, so he says. But I believe if Anthony Joshua offered him 50-50, I believe he'd turn that down too. You have to understand that Deontay Wilder is not wanting this fight. For what reason? I don't know. Maybe Deontay Wilder's trying to just grow his brand, but also trying to improve his boxing skills. But at this point, this many fights in, I don't think that there's much room for growth on his boxing skills. He's already slightly past his prime. Deontay Wilder is a one-trick pony, and he's going back to boxing fundamentals, is what he stated. It's levels to this game. You can't start with boxing fundamentals at this point. And the reason why is because that's not the type of fighter Deontay Wilder is. I think him trying to utilize boxing fundamentals will hinder him and not help him, because what makes Deontay Wilder such a dangerous and difficult fighter to beat is the fact that he's unorthodox. You don't know where the shot's coming from. He has no pure boxing skills, so when he launches that right hand, it's so unorthodox, it can come in any direction, in any way, shape, or form, and he swings Wilder. And that's how he got the name Windmill Wilder. You don't really see it coming, and when it lands, it hurts you, drops you, stops you. That's what's Deontay Wilder's biggest advantage against any opponent. So if he's trying to time guys, if he's trying to use, boxing abilities to land different type of boxing shots, those are the type of shots that are going to get countered. Those are the type of shots that are going to get blocked and parried off of the gloves. Those are the type of shots that people are going to see coming, because these are what's expected from other boxers. So when Deontay Wilder tries to box with a pure boxer like Anthony Joshua, like Oslander Usyk, like Tyson Fury, like a Joseph Parker, a Dillian White, then that's where he's going to be in trouble. Because yes, you would assume that, with this type of power, if he was a top level boxer, he'd be killing guys. Here's the problem with that. Deontay Wilder's not a top level boxer, and he's not going to be one, because it's too late in his career to become an elite level boxer overall as far as boxing ability. Now, he can improve boxing wise, but that's going to cost him too, because at the end of the day, he's going to walk into traps. He's going to walk into things that he's not used to, because he's a novice when it comes to boxing and boxing acumen and IQ. So what's going to happen is it's going to hinder him more than it will help him, because he's going to walk in the shots and he's going to be countered more than he's ever been before, because the wildness of his shot landing is going to be more difficult, because he's not going to be landing wild. And then not only that, when he sees that he's not being successful with that, he's going to revert back to what he was before. He's going to revert back. That's what happens when guys get in trouble. You see, when he fought Tyson Fury, he swung wildly. And then he's also stated that he's going to put on a massive amount of weight for a Tyson Fury rematch, which is idiotic. You want to keep your speed and endurance. The fact that that he's entering a fight with Tyson Fury, a rematch that's potentially scheduled to happen at the end of the year, so both parties say, it shows that these guys don't care about legacy. These guys don't care about being the best, because Anthony Joshua is the best. He's care about being the best. Oslander Usyk wants to compete with the best. And you see guys like Deontay Wilder delaying the fight yet another year. And when he says 2020, it may happen in 2020. That doesn't mean it's going to happen January 2020, February. How do you know it's not happening closer to 2021, closer to the end of the year? You see what I'm saying? If it's happening in November, December, you don't know how long Deontay Wilder is willing to delay the inevitable. And you don't know that what if Dominic Breazeale stops Deontay Wilder, because Dominic Breazeale does have pop, does have size, and does have a vendetta against Deontay Wilder. Now, I'm not picking Dominic Breazeale to beat Deontay Wilder, but I think he does have a legitimate puncher's chance because he's a big, strong guy, a guy that's rugged, and he can't fight Dominic Breazeale the way that Anthony Joshua fought him, because Anthony Joshua can box, can punch. Anthony Joshua can bang. Anthony Joshua can do different things that Deontay Wilder's certainly not capable of. Anthony Joshua doesn't lose rounds against lower tier opponents. Deontay Wilder does. Anthony Joshua is a top-level fighter who's feared and respected by the whole heavyweight division. When you look at Deontay Wilder, everyone wants a crack because they know he's a one-trick pony, and if you can get past that one trick, you can get the win. And you have to understand that it's like winning the lottery. If Dominic Breazeale beats Deontay Wilder and hits him square on the chin early and puts him to sleep, Dominic Breazeale knows that he's just won the lottery, because now he can take that belt. Because he's the mandatory, he does not have to rematch Deontay Wilder, and he can go fight the highest bidder in an undisputed fight against Anthony Joshua in a rematch against a guy who's beat him for the biggest fight in heavyweight boxing, period. So you have to understand that if anybody's motivated to beat Deontay Wilder, it's Dominic Breazeale. And I'm not saying he will win, but I'm saying that he can win. He has an ability to win. When you've seen Deontay Wilder lose rounds against Gerald Washington, El Gallo Negro, when you see him lose rounds against Arthur Spilka, Eric Molina, you've seen him lose rounds against guys who are not as good as Dominic Breazeale. You know that Dominic Breazeale, if he can be aggressive, if he can hunt down and chop down Wilder early and often, establish a formidable jab, and hit some square on the chin and on the button early in that fight, he can get the victory over Deontay Wilder. The only thing is, Dominic Breazeale has to be much more defensively responsible than usual, because if he gets dropped, it could be lights out. So that's what has to happen. Deontay Wilder delaying the fight another year just proves that he's a coward of the county. He's not looking to face the best opposition. He's not looking to unify. He does not want to risk his O against Anthony Joshua. But the problem with this is, what if someone else takes that O? But once again, unbiased as always, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.